Hello, everybody. Let's just make sure we're live. Hello. We're just making sure we're live. And we'll begin shortly. Alright, well, hello, everybody, and welcome to this live stream. And this is going to be some fun, so I'm glad that you're here. And my name is Nimer. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, I'm glad that you're with me. Hopefully you come back. If this is not your first time, I'm very glad that you're here, and thank you so much for being here. Let's see, we've got 2 people here so far watching this. 3 people. Thank you very much if you're here. I'm glad that you're here. Let me know how the audio is. You can hear this, and we're going to go ahead and get started here very shortly. Let's just make sure.
Screen off. Ringer silent.
There we go.
1801. Access. 3496. The voice brand. Home. Button. Navigation bar.
All right.
Screen off. Ringer silent.
There we go. So that is good. And we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay, so again, my name is Nimer. I'm glad that you guys are here. And today I'm going to talk a little bit, this could be a brief video, talk about voice commands, talk a little bit about why you might want to use them, how you use them, how can you make using them easier. And this is, by the way, in TalkBack in Android using TalkBack. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, voice commands are a recent addition to TalkBack, relatively recent, within the last few months, and I think they're a very valuable feature for a number of reasons. Number one, they make performing certain commands easier because you're not having to go through menus or perform gestures until you get to certain options and that kind of thing. Another reason that voice commands are very helpful is that they make editing easier because, again, you're not going through different menus. Depending on if you have a device that has multi-finger gestures, if you do not, they will certainly make your life easier. If you do, it still means you're not necessarily having to use multi-finger gestures to trigger actions for selection, copying, pasting, that kind of thing. And there's another little tip that I'll throw in there regarding dictation and how you can improve the accessibility of dictation when you dictate messages, for instance, using voice commands. So let's go ahead and get started very quickly.
Device unlocked. 1804.
There's One of the ways that you can enable voice commands and get started with voice commands is to have it in the TalkBack menu.
Email, One UI Home.
And when you go to the TalkBack menu,
Actions.
for instance, if you do a 3-finger single tap, or if you swipe down and right or up and right, depending on if you have multi-finger gestures. Anyway, once you get to the TalkBack menu, voice commands is towards the bottom,
Hot voice commands.
and you can just double tap on voice commands and trigger it that way. You can also assign a gesture if one is not already assigned, and the way that you can do that is to go into TalkBack settings.
TalkBack. Text. TalkBack.
So we're going to talk about
TalkBack
how to
settings.
make this
Navigate
easier.
up. Button.
Let's go to Customize Gestures.
Braille tutorial. Advanced open topic. Cut controls. Head customized gestures.
There we go.
Customize gestures. Navigate up. Button.
So now we're going to find,
Reset gesture settings. One finger. Swipe up. Move navigation focus backward or adjust reading control up.
we're going to find a gesture that we want to assign for voice actions. It doesn't matter which one it is as long as it's a gesture that you want to use. And if it's already assigned to something else and you don't need to perform that action, then you can just change it to voice actions.
Swipe left. Previous item.
So mine I've got set to a single 4-finger tap, but you can change it to be whatever you'd like. I've actually thought about assigning it to a simpler action so that it makes it easier to do one-handed, for example, one of the angle gestures, but I have not done that. In any case,
Swipe right. Next item. One finger. Swipe up then down. Swipe down then up. Swipe left then right. Turn TalkBack. Swipe right then left. Show custom actions. Swipe left then right. Turn TalkBack sound on or off.
if I want to change that particular gesture, this is one of my personally assigned ones. This is swipe left and right. Can easily do this one-handed with a thumb, for example, if you have the dexterity. I'm going to double tap on here.
Swipe left then right. Check. Turn TalkBack sound on or off.
And I've got a number of options, but I want to find voice commands.
Change spoken menu and controls. Open TalkBack menu. Next reading control. Move navigation. Cut.
Let's find voice
Practice
commands.
gestures. Show custom actions. Pass through system. Screen search. Start voice command. Player.
There we
Start
go,
voice
start
command.
voice commands. And this is going to be towards the bottom of the list of options. And then you just double tap, and all of a sudden that command that you chose is set up as voice commands. So let's get out of this and let's go home.
Button.
And let's see,
One UI home. Gmail.
what can you say with voice commands and how do you trigger them? So again, we're going to use that gesture that you assigned. You're going to hear a tone, and then you'll be able to ask your query or say whatever it is that you'd like to do based on a number of command options. And we're going to look at what those are now. So I'm going to do my command to bring up voice access, or I'm sorry, voice commands. Help.
Voice command overview. Navigate up. Button.
So if you say help, you're going to get this voice command overview, and it's going to give you a list of all the things that you can say. And I'm going to go through these because these are very comprehensive for adjusting TalkBack settings.
Voice command overview. To use voice commands, swipe right then up. Say, help, or, what can I say? Anytime for this list of commands.
Okay, so the gesture assigned by default is swipe right and up, and it's telling you that you can say help anytime to figure out what you need to say.
For best results, say the exact wording listed on the following screens.
And it's saying that for the best results, you need to use the exact word that is provided on the following screens. Okay, let's figure out what those are.
Reading. Change how you read content on the current screen. Reading. Change how you read content on the current screen.
All right, let's see what reading commands there are. So I'm going to double tap.
Reading. Navigate. Read from next item.
So I can read from next item.
Reading. Read from top.
Read from top.
Next heading.
Next heading.
Go to the next heading. Control, list, or landmark.
Go to the next heading, control, list, or landmarks.
Word navigation. Navigate by words, characters, lines, paragraphs, headings, controls, and more.
So you can say navigate by word, by line, by character, whichever it is that you'd like.
Speak faster. You can also say, speak slower.
So you can say speak faster or speak slower.
Low verbosity. Change to low, high, or custom.
So you can change verbosity from low, high, or custom, similar to what is found in the TalkBack settings themselves.
First. Move to the first item on the current screen.
So again, some of those settings options are a lot quicker to do that way than it is to go through a TalkBack settings menu and find verbosity and all that.
Last.
So you can go to the first item on the screen, the last item on screen.
Move to the last item on languages.
Languages, you can change your language.
Change your spoken language, text to speech. Finish, button, finish.
All right, so let's go back.
Navigate up.
Here we go.
Voice command overview. To use voice commands, swipe right for best result. Reading, change how you find items, find specific content on the current screen.
And the next category is finding items. Let's see, because this is also useful, so let's go to find items.
Find save. Find save. Find the first item that includes the text save on the current screen.
Okay, so you can find a text. So, for example, if there's a text for save, you can find the save, the text that says save. So this is helpful for finding, for example, a specific button or specific conversation in a text, that kind of thing. And the item should be on the screen. Whatever it is that you're trying to find should be on the screen.
Find. Repeat, find, to go to the next item that includes the text, save.
So you can repeat find. If you want to look for another instance, you can do a repeat find.
Screen search.
You can do a screen search, and this is where you can type in what you're looking for with text.
Enter a search term to find the text on the screen.
With the keyboard itself, so you can bring up that using the find command or the screen search command.
Finish button. Navigate up.
Let's go back.
Voice for best reading. Change how you find items. Text editing. Type.
Text editing.
Text editing.
There we go. Got
Navigate
some
up. Button.
options in here.
Text. Type OK. Select all.
So you can say type, and it's saying OK, but you can type whatever you'd like. So type OK, select all. You can say select all, and it will select everything in the edit box.
Select. Cancel select.
You can enable selection and cancel selection. If you enable selection, when you move your cursor, it will select what you have moved to. And when you cancel selection, that will no longer be the case.
Copy.
You can then copy.
Select text before copying. Cut. Select text before cutting.
You can then cut.
Delete. Select text before deleting.
You can delete text.
Paste. Edit options.
You can paste. You can access the edit options menu. So if you don't have a gesture assigned for the editing options menu, you can access it with voice commands.
Finish button. Finish.
All right, let's go back.
Back. Voice command. Find items. Find specific text editing. Type. Select. Device navigation. Go home.
Let's go to device navigation. Let's see what we have.
Device home. Back.
So we can go home. We can go back.
Notifications.
Notifications.
Quick settings.
Quick settings.
Overview.
Overview, which is like recent apps.
See your recent apps. All apps.
All apps.
Assistant.
You can trigger the assistant with voice commands.
Open Google Assistant. Finish button. Back button.
Let's see if there's
Voice
anything
command.
else.
Text editing. Other commands. Go to TalkBack.
Other commands. Here
Other
we go.
commands. Other TalkBack settings.
TalkBack settings.
Hide screen.
Hide screen.
Hide the display so your screen isn't visible to other. Show screen. After hiding your screen, return it to a normal state.
So we can show screen after the screen's been hidden.
Actions.
We can bring up TalkBack actions. So for items that have actions, for instance, an icon on the home screen, or an email in Gmail, or anything like that, anything that has an action, you can access the actions that way. Or, of course, you can go into the TalkBack menu and select actions, or assign a gesture to bring up actions.
Show available actions. Labeled submit.
You can add a label to an unlabeled button.
Add or edit a custom label to say submit. Stop. Stop current voice command.
You can stop current voice commands. So once voice commands start, if you don't know what you want to say, you can just say stop.
Finish button. Finish.
And that will be it. So there's quite a lot here that we can digest and go through.
Voice command overview. Other. Home button.
But let's
One UI home. Gmail.
go to the home screen and let's try out some of these voice commands. So the first thing I'm going to do is try out the some of the settings adjustments. Speak faster.
Faster.
Speak slower.
Slower.
All right. So that works. We can adjust speech rate. Now another thing that we can do is change the granularity options. Navigate by word.
Can't recognize this command. Say, help for the list of all commands. Play Store.
Word.
Can't recognize this command. Say,
Navigate by words.
can't recognize this command. Gmail.
I wonder why that's not working. Let's see. Navigate by headings.
Can't recognize this command.
All right. Help.
Voice command overview. Other commands.
Okay, let's see what exactly
Other commands.
what wording that it wants you to use for these commands.
Other commands. Find items. Reading. Change how. Reading. Navigate up. Button.
All right.
Read from next item. Read from top. Next heading. Go to the next heading. Control. Word navigation. Navigate by words, characters, lines, paragraphs, headings, controls, and more. Word navigation.
Okay.
Back.
So
Button.
we can say
Navigation
word
bar.
navigation. Let's try that.
Voice. Back.
Or
Button.
character navigation. Let's
One.
see.
Messages.
Word navigation.
Can't recognize this command. Say, help for the list of all commands.
Words.
Can't recognize this command. Settings. Gmail.
Okay, so for whatever reason at the moment that doesn't seem to be working. We'll have to look into that. Let's try a different command here. Let's go to. That's interesting. Find messages.
Messages.
Okay, so the find command works. We can immediately jump to a very specific item there. Let's go to TalkBack settings. TalkBack settings.
TalkBack settings. Navigate up. Button.
All right, so we got put into TalkBack settings. Let's go home. Home.
One UI home. Messages.
All right, so now we're home. Let's go to quick settings. Quick settings.
Quick settings. Enhanced processing. Home. Button.
All right,
One UI home. Messages.
so that seems to work. All right, now one of the tips that I want to share with you is regarding dictation, and I mentioned this a little bit, is that you can use dictation a number of ways, and I'll talk about what those are right now. So first of all, the way that a lot of people use dictation is to find the voice input button on the keyboard, and when you find that voice input button, you can double tap, start dictating. When you're done, double tap again, stop dictation. One of the things with that that sometimes can come up
Red circle line of
is
text.
that
Messages.
when you do this, sometimes if you're not right on the voice button when you try to stop dictation for whatever reason, or you try to double tap, it may not stop the speech. That sometimes has happened, so one of the tips there is just to use the back gesture or to use the back button and to get out of that. But the other thing is that it doesn't read back to you. So some people on iOS are used to, whenever they dictate, they're used to having the speech read back whatever has been dictated. When you use the regular keyboard dictation, it does not do this. However, when you use the dictation with voice commands, it does do this. So,
Rothamoe. Text message. Showing Braille keyboard. Screen away mode. Keyboard hidden.
I didn't mean to bring up the keyboard. There we go. So now I'm going to just dictate a message, and let's see what happens. I'm going to do it with voice commands. Hello, comma. I am just testing something for a YouTube video, period. How are you? Question mark.
Can't recognize this command. Say, help for the
Oh,
home. Text message.
I need
Edit
to
box.
actually say
Rothamoe.
type. So that's the other thing. So if you're using this voice dictation, you can't just start dictating. You have to say the command type, and then you have to say what you're going to type. Type, hello, comma. This is a test for a YouTube video, period. How are you? Question mark.
Hello, this is a test for a YouTube video. How are you? End of field.
Okay, so now that has automatically been typed, And now I can just hit the send button.
Send SMS. Sending message.
There we go.
Message sent. Home. But one UI.
Alright, so I hope this gives you a clear idea of voice commands. And I hope that these are something that maybe you'll find as a useful tool, and they certainly can work, and they do work for the most part quite well. And if you assign a gesture to make them easier to use, for example, one-handed, they can save you some time as you're navigating through your phone on a day-to-day basis. Let's see here. We've got a few comments. We've got Quentin here. It says, tuning in from my Galaxy S21. Hello there, Quentin. Live Accessible. Hello, hello. Hello, Live Accessible. You have to say words navigation, plural. Okay. Or headings navigation. Let's try that.
Device unlocked. 1820. Play Store.
Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that works. Words navigation.
Words.
Now look at that. See, it seems to work. All right, very good. Thank you there, Live Accessible. So now, if I swipe down with one finger,
play, store, store, play,
then it will navigate by that particular word. So you can do characters.
Can't recognize this command.
Nope. Characters navigation.
Characters. Capital P L A Y.
All right, so I can swipe down.
Y A L capital P. Papa.
And I can swipe up. And there we go.
Screen
All
on.
right, thank you for
silent.
that. And let's see. All right, well, I want to thank all of you guys for joining me here, and as that with voice commands. And if you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to share it, hit the subscribe, and feel free to tweet it, Snapchat it, anything else that you'd like to do with it. And if you have any content that you'd like to pop up here on the YouTube channel, or if you'd like to correct something that I said, feel free to leave it in the comments. If you have anything for me, feel free to send me a tweet at NimerJabber, or send me an email nimerjabber1@gmail.com. First name NIMERJABER1@gmail.com. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you all next time.